guys, it's Kim with 5 Minute Cloth, and we are on day 4 of the Flats and Hand Washing Challenge. Today I am going to share with you how I wash my flat cloth diapers by hand. The first thing I do is after every diaper change, I use my sprayer and spray off the diaper really well. I do that regardless if it's pee or poop. I make sure I spray that diaper, so that's like an initial rinse. And that makes it a lot easier to get the diapers clean without having to do several washes. Let me bring you in the bathroom and I'll show you what we do for actually washing the cloth diapers. So I have been washing 2 times a day because I have a pretty small stash. I'm only using 4 covers and 11 flats. 2 times a day fills about half of the bucket. I have a 5-gallon bucket, a lid that I cut a hole open through the top, and a plunger that I got at Target, and I just drilled some holes through the top there all the way around, and that's been helping a ton with agitation, and it makes it really easy to plunge. The setup here in the shower is awesome because I do have this bench. It makes it so easy to plunge where I can just stand here and not having to bend over. And then also when I drain out the water, it just goes over the side here, so it makes it a lot easier to pour out the water. First step is to put in cold water. I take my shower head here and turn on the cold water and fill it up halfway. So it's about halfway full. You can see that there's enough room for the diapers to move around, but the diapers aren't like swimming in the water. If you have too much water, they're not going to get enough agitation, but if you don't have enough water, then they're not going to get clean enough. So this is just cold water for the rinse. I'm going to put on the lid and plunge it 50 times. Take off the lid, just dump out this cold water rinse. And let it drain out. So next we're going to add a tablespoon of Tide Original Powder. I have really hard water. For some people, a tablespoon will probably be too much and you'll be doing a lot of rinsing, but I have really hard water and that is just the right amount for me. And then I will fill the bucket again halfway, but with hot water. Okay, so I have my tablespoon of detergent in here with hot water, and we're gonna plunge it 50 more times. And something that really helps is if you go at different angles, front to back, side to side, and that really helps with the agitation. Making sure you cut the hole in the middle big enough so it allows for you to move the plunger around quite a bit. Okay, so now I'm actually going to let it sit here for about a half an hour, however long it takes me to put my kids down for a nap, and then I will come back and finish the cycle. My girls are asleep now. The diapers have been soaking for about an hour. That's the thing I like about the soaking part. It's okay. I can just go do whatever I need to. It's okay if they sit there for a little bit. I'm hoping to get them washed quickly and get them out into the sun because it's 2 o'clock, and I'm really hoping they can be dry by bedtime because my nighttime diaper is in there. Anyways, that's where we're at. Let's continue the wash cycle. So I am not draining these. I am just going to agitate them another 50 times before draining. And now I'm going to drain out that water. Okay, so now I'm going to fill it up again halfway with cold water to do the last rinse. I'll do this part without the lid just so you can get an idea of what it looks like. I definitely recommend a lid. It helps with the splashback, and I'm able to get a lot more pressure and agitation when I'm using the lid versus not. Over at the sink, I have my bucket that has the diapers in it. I'm bringing them over to the sink, and I'm just going to rinse them by hand really well and wring them out. And then to wring it out, I don't go crazy with this because it really hurts my hands. I know you can wear gloves, but it's still just hard on the muscles and ligaments in my hands, so I just gently wring them out. And then they just take longer to dry on the line, but I'm not going to hurt my hands wringing out diapers. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with the rest of the flats and covers here. And I just hang everything on the shower here temporarily until I have them all rinsed and wrung out, and then I'll bring them out on the line and I will show you that in a minute. A great tip for drying covers and inserts really quickly is to roll them up in a towel. And then you're going to just want to step on it. And this helps absorb a lot of the liquid so they dry a lot quicker on the line. So they're definitely still wet and need to be hung, but they're not dripping anymore. I don't like to wring out PUL super hard because I don't want it to rip. And one last tip to know that your diapers are actually clean is to do the smell test. So I always use the nighttime diaper for this, and because that's going to be the one that smells the strongest, or the poopy diaper if there was one in the load. So you just give it a smell, and it shouldn't smell like urine, and it shouldn't smell super strongly of your detergent. Okay, so those are my washing tips, and let me show you how I line dry them. So I make sure to hang the items that I want to dry the fastest, or the items that take the longest to dry, on the areas that are going to face the sun and get the most heat. And then smaller items and thinner flats I hang on the inside of the drying rack or on the sides. So these are the flats I used for half of a day. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please like it and consider subscribing. I'd love to have you. Bye guys.